Hi, this is Mass Rundown. If you enjoy movie reviews, short and trailer reactions, you're in the right place. So why not subscribe and hit the like button down below.
On this Throwback Thursday, we're reviewing Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers. Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers is a 1989 slasher film, directed by Dominique, Othenin-Girard, starring Donald Pleasence as Dr. Sam Loomis and Danielle Harris as Jamie Lloyd.
Halloween 5 continues Michael Myers' tale. Unfortunately. A year passed since the events of Halloween 4, and now Michael has recovered from his death, and he's back trying to kill his niece, of course. Let's start with the good. Honestly, there wasn't really much good. Most of the movie's pretty boring, and there's very little plot line. The only scene that I really did like was the shoot scene with Jamie, because Jamie is hiding in a chute, which is quite smart, and Michael obviously finds her, and it's like this up and down in the chute of him trying to eventually stab through the chute to get at her. And at one point she falls down. It really seems like she fell super hard and really hurt herself, but when you look up again in the next scene, it's not that far, so you're like, okay, not as bad as we thought, obviously.
Yeah.
But that scene was interesting and nerve-wracking. But yeah, that's the highlight.
And then this movie is very fortunate to have followed Halloween 4, because another good thing is Michael Myers looks better than the last one. He holds himself better. You can see it's not padding necessarily. It might just be a really big guy.
A lot less awkward also.
Yes, and the mask is definitely an improvement. However, that takes us to the bad, and the mask still isn't right, and it's not a hard mask to get right. It shouldn't be. It is, obviously, but it really shouldn't be. And Michael's still not scary anymore.
No.
He doesn't have this menacing lurking in the background, scary presence that's there and gone, and did I see that, didn't I? It's just the guy running around stabbing people.
Yeah. The freaky air has been lost. And I mean, even in this movie at point his mask isn't even tucked into his shirt.
Yeah.
It just looks so messy and sloppy, and it's pretty simple costume that they can't even get right. It was pathetic, and I think that really tells you how bad the movie's going to be. There were 3 things in this movie that I particularly despised. The first thing is obviously, why did they kill off Rachel so early on?
Yeah.
Why was she not the main character? Because they built this whole thing of us caring about her in the 4th movie. And then in the 5th movie, they kill her off and she's like this wasted character.
It's not even like kill her off late in the movie after we've been reintroduced and realized. It's right in the beginning. It's just like she's throwaway character, who cares?
It was bizarre. And what made it even more bizarre was the fact that they replaced her with her friend,
Tina.
that is such an annoying character. You kind of want her to get killed the whole movie. So then at least you won't have to hear her anymore. It was just, I didn't understand it. And I didn't understand her relationship with Jamie and how there would have been that strong bond that Jamie would have wanted to try and save her, like, intensely. Would have been way more sense if Jamie wanted to save her foster sister, stepsister, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyways, she's a cool friend that apparently is important enough to be the main star of the movie. Even at one point where her friends, so Tina's friends, are hooking up in the barn. Stupid scene. Why it was even there, I don't know. It was just ridiculous. The next thing I hated, I suppose, a lot, is the dumbass dubbing in this movie. Tina's sync is just so off in a lot of places. And she's already annoying, and then her annoying voice and everything isn't even in sync with her annoying body.
Yeah.
It was just so frustrating. And throughout the movie, with some of the cops as well, it's just so out of sync. Like, really? My last thing that annoyed me a lot, and by no means the last of the bad things, is the dumbass music they put in. It's like clown music.
At times, yeah.
Like, it's a kind of music you expect from Laurel and Hardy when they're doing those stupid prank things, like the beep boop. And like, what the fuck are we watching?
Not Halloween.
It completely spoiled whatever atmosphere they were able to build up.
Yeah.
I don't know if they thought it was comic relief. You can go watch a freaking slasher for comic relief. And even the normal music. At some points, the background music, well, okay, not really the background music, the forefront music to most people, I suppose, the cars and the people talking and stuff, was so loud in comparison to Michael's scary, ominous music that you could barely hear it. And I think it took away that chilling experience you normally get.
Yeah.
I think they could have leveled that a bit more and had it just a bit louder. Because really, that's the music I cared about.
And then the editing's also weird, and it's no longer quite Halloween. Everything's these close shots now, and the first one had these, I don't even know if we spoke about it, but these wide open shots where you got a feeling of almost...
like a big small town.
Yes.
You know, out in the boondoos, you know, somewhere
like you're
kind of
almost
far.
isolated, and you can see how isolated you are, even though there's neighbors right there.
Yes.
And it gave so much more than what this movie has given. I kind of also missed the right house. 'Cause why change the house?
Because they wanted it to be a scary Halloween house instead of just, you know, having some consistency and keeping up with what they had actually been doing.
Yes.
Because they could have just had the same front house and changed the inside, not like any of us would have cared.
And then a highlight for me in the previous movies was Dr. Sam Loomis. Donald Pleasence is a good actor, and he's still a good actor in this, but the direction they chose with Dr. Loomis was not something I quite agreed with. He was, I want to say borderline abusive, but probably just straight out abusive towards Jamie. Like throughout the movie, he uses her as live bait to catch Michael as well. Like just the way he treats that child is not okay. The cops should have taken him away from her. I think he was almost as big a threat as Michael was halfway through the movie.
Even towards the end.
Like, just bad.
I also think that them tying Jamie into this movie was also a bit of a stretch with the psychic powers and whatnot. It was just all rather pathetic.
And it's even more pathetic because it's not really a plot to this movie. It's just, let's trudge along and get to the end. So overall, it's just worse than the previous one, and it's getting worse every time almost, and I'm not looking forward to watching more of them anymore.
Definitely not. I mean, I'm not going to say this is bad or good. It was just odd. Like Michael's tattoo that suddenly appeared on his wrist.
Yes.
Along with the ominous men in black with the steel-toed shoes. The only thing we really know about him is that he kicks dogs, so we don't like him.
And he freed Michael at the end, so we don't like him. Because now we have to watch another Michael movie.
Over the top freeing as what was ridiculous. The end of that movie was just, why?
Yeah.
That takes us to the ratings. I'll give it a begrudged 3.
I'm just going to give it a 3. Not even a begrudge, just you can have it.
That these are the total of 3. We all enjoy watching this. Honestly, I think if you're a fan of the franchise, you'll enjoy it. Other than that, I don't understand who else would enjoy this.
When you originally saw the movie, if you've seen it, what was your thoughts on the Man in Black? Is it intriguing or just like, why?
Yeah. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.
Later.